Dan kapat internet dulu.
No, don't allow my husband to unmute.
No, I did not know. I'm funny.
Sometimes check this screen, okay. Because this cannot see sometimes. So now they can see this part, but they can see for example, this part they cannot see. They should see. What you want to do? Should enlarge it. No, or how you see it if you enlarge it? I will reduce it. It was okay, don't worry. I will check on it. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, students. Okay, Miriam, good morning. How are you? All right. Sorry for the delay in time. Let's go straight to what we have today. Sorry. Okay. All right. Fatima, what's your confession? Okay. Okay, so you were given this as class work. Okay, you were given this as class work, and you have to submit. Stop private chatting and concentrate on what you have today. Okay? Listen to what we have today. All right. Now, let me quickly run through solution of the classwork given to you and doing as assignment. Okay, so from here we'll move to what we have today. All right, are you all listening? Okay. Now, okay, so you are given that half of A money plus half of 1/5 of B's money makes 100. Okay, half of A money plus, excuse me, 1/5 of B money equals or makes 100 naira. Okay, you are writing, you should write down. Okay, correction to the last class work. And I gave you as assignment, so I want to do the correction before I move to today's topic. Now, the second statement says 2/3 of A money. 2/3 of A money plus 2/5 of B's money makes 150. Now, how much money has each? That is, find the worth of A or the value of A and find the value of B. Okay? Now, what do? When you look at it, from there we have two equations. We entered two equations already. Now, like I said, you can make use of elimination method or substitution method. Now, when you look at the first equation, you have half A, then 1 over 5B is equal to 100. That's the first equation. Second equation, 2 over 3A and 2 over 5B is equal to 150. Like I said, for you to eliminate B or for you to eliminate A, you make sure that their coefficient is of the same value. Their coefficient is equal. And how do we do that? When you look at A, you can use any method. You can linearize it. Okay? Whichever method you prefer, if you linearize it, it means if you take the highest factor, when you multiply 2 by 5, that will give you 10. Meaning that if you multiply 2 by 10, you will linearize it. And this, you have 3 and 5. 3 and 5, if you multiply 3 and 5, you have 15. So if you multiply equation 2 by 15, you will linearize it. But I don't want to go through that long process. I'll just simply multiply equation 1 by 2. Okay, I'll multiply equation 1 by 2. So if I multiply equation 1 by 2, I will have 2 into 1 over 2a plus 2 into 1 over 5b is equals to 200. Let me call this equation 3. Now, when you look at equation 3, 2 can cancel 2. We are left with just a. Okay, then this still remains 2 over 5. So it means the coefficient of b in equation 2, coefficient of b in equation 3, they are the same. Now we'll eliminate b. So to eliminate b, we can put minus there. Okay, so 150 minus 200, that will give you minus 50. 2 over 5 minus 2 over 5, it means you have eliminated b successfully. Then when you eliminate 2 over 3 minus 1, because right now the coefficient of a is 1. So 2 over 3 minus 1 will give you minus 1 over 3a. Okay, you do the calculation. You are big enough. From there, you can cancel the negative sign and multiply through by 3. Okay, you have a to give you 150. So the value of a is 150 naira. The value of a is 150 naira. Okay, now I haven't done that. You substitute for a for 150 into any of the equation, but I would prefer to use equation 3 because equation 3, what you have is just a plus 2 over 5b is equal to 200. Okay, so that's what I will simply do. So let me rub this off and rewrite equation 3 on the board. So the writing equation 3, I have it to be a plus 2 over 5b equals 200. Now, all I need to do is to substitute for the value of a, which is 150, into the equation. So when I do that, I will have 150 because a is now 150 plus 2 over 5b equals 200. Now, collecting the like terms, and from there we make b subject to the formula so we can get the value of b. So when we do that, you have 2 over 5. You take 150 to the other side, or simply you subtract 150 from both sides of the equation. Okay, you'll be left with this 200 minus 150, and that will be 50. Okay, so you have 2 over 5b equals 50. Okay, we have our a to be 150 already. You should bear that in mind. So when you multiply both sides by 5 over 2, okay, by 5 over 2, this will cancel this and this will cancel this, so we are left with b. Okay, so for the other side, what do you have? You have 125 naira. Okay, so that is the value of a, and recall that our value of b is 150 naira. Okay, that will solve the equation or the word problem given. Okay. I'll solve the one problem given. Sonny, you asked how is A equals to 150? Don't remember, I cannot recall the equation there. But solving it, you have your A to be 150. Because of the time, I said, going by the question given, half of A, that is this, okay, plus 1/5 of B is given as 100. Okay, you were also told that 2/3 of A plus 2/5 of B equals 150. Okay, now I want to eliminate B, but the coefficient of B must be the same in the elimination. So I will simply multiply equation 1 by 2. Okay, so if I multiply equation 1 by 2, it means this will now be 2/2, and this will be 2/5, and this will turn to 200 naira. Okay, turn to 200 naira. Multiplying equation 1 by 2, I will have this. From there, you cancel out 2/2. You are left with A. Okay. Okay. Then you have this. And what else do you do? 2/2 will give you 1. So what you are left with is just 1 as a coefficient. Next, you do the elimination method. 200 minus 150, that will give you 50. 2/5 minus 2/5, it means you are successful in eliminating B. Now, 1 minus 2/3. Okay, 1 minus 2/3, you will have 1/3A. All equals to 50. What do? You multiply both sides by 3. Okay, 3 will cancel 3, so you are left with A, which is equals to 3 multiplied by 50. Then you have 150. Okay, so from there you get your answer. All right. So today let's move to today's topic, which has to do with quadratic equation and linear equation. How to get solution to quadratic equation as well as linear equation simultaneously. Okay, simultaneously. So let me quickly share the for you to view. I want you to view it. Yusuf Kazim. What is it? Yusuf Kazim. You think? I don't know. No. Okay. Yusuf Kazim, do it and send it to me again. Okay. Simultaneous, you just joining. You have the question already. Your last lesson, the classwork. Can you view it? Half of A money plus 1/5 of B makes 100. Then another statement says 2/3 of A money plus 2/5 of B money makes 150. That's the question from last lesson. You have it already. I told you to do it as assignment and send it to me. So that's the correction on the board. I've done the correction. Okay, so what we have today is simultaneous linear and quadratic equation. If you come across this, what do you do? Now, like I said, you have been given the tools. You either make use of elimination method, substitution method, okay? At least those you have been introduced to. Brilliant, Rakib, that's brilliant. 150 and 125. Brilliant. Miriam also. Wonderful. That's good. Good of you. Thank you. Now, today's topic, simultaneous linear and quadratic equation. Now, we are given an example. The question says you solve 3x plus y equals 10. Okay. And 2x squared plus y squared equals 19. Okay, so this is what we are to solve. This is what we are to solve. All right. Okay. Now concentrate. This is what next thing we have to do. Now looking at the board, given the tools that you already know, either substitution method, elimination method, to solve this, if this is a linear equation, then the other equation is a quadratic equation. Okay, of two variables, quadratic equation. Now, what do you do? Because it's a linear, it is very easy for you to make any of the variable subject of the formula, then substitute into the other equation to make life very easy. And that will spill out the solution. And that is what we will do. Now, if you consider the linear equation, this is a linear equation. Okay? It's a linear equation. Okay, when you consider this, it's very easy for us to make y subject of the formula. How do we do that? You have it to be y equals 10 minus 3x. You can call that equation 3. If this is 1, this is 2. Okay, this should now be 3. Okay, so this being successful, we can therefore substitute for y, which is 10 minus 3x, into equation 2. Okay, now we can substitute 3 into 2. Are you all following? Okay. Now, when you do that, you will have 2x squared plus y squared. Now, instead of writing y squared, I will have, because the value of y now is this, okay, equals to 19. All right? Okay. Having done that, we expand that which we have in the bracket. Okay? Now, the next step is you expand the bracket. Of course, you all know how to do that. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and write it out. 10 on 10, 10 multiplied by 10, you have 100. 10 on 3x, 30x, 30x, okay? Then you have plus 9x squared, plus 9x squared is equals to 19. Of course, if you do the expansion, that's what you will get. Or simply, I don't know, we've not been taught Taylor series or this triangle, Pascal triangle. All right, when you get there, you understand, but do the little expansion and you get this. Okay. From there, we collect the like times. We have 2x squared and we have 9x squared. They are both positive. So in the equation, we will have to add them both. So you have 11x squared. Now you have minus 30x, and that will give us minus 60x. Okay. Then you have 100 and you have 19. Okay. Now remember, everything is equals to, let me just put it down, plus 100 is equals to 19. Now, if we bring 19 into the equation, it should have therefore be 100 minus 19. Rewriting that, I will have this. Okay, plus 100 minus 19 all equals to 0. So I move to this side of the board. 100 minus 19, that will give you 81. So you have 11x squared minus 60x, then plus 81 equals 0. Now, we have a combined quadratic equation of just single variable x because y is out of it. Now, what do we do? Things you have been doing over and over again. Okay, so bring in the tools and find the sum of the roots as well as the product of the root. So what do we do? 11 on 81, you have 891. Okay, so there are two values or two factors that if you add them, it will give you the sum, okay, sum of the roots. And if you multiply them both, you will have 891 because 11 multiplied by 81 is 891. So their product must give you 891. Their addition must give you 60, negative 60. Okay, so you can do that, and doing that, you will have these factors. 33x minus 27x plus 81 equals 0. Meaning that 33 and 27, when you add them, both to give you negative 60, and when you multiply them, it will give you the multiplication of 11 on 81. Remember, you have this idea from your past lessons. Okay, things you know, just bring it in. All right, so the next thing is to factor it out. Things you have been doing is what we are also playing with again. Okay, so you have the negative sign. Once you put the negative sign here and you want to bracket this side, it will affect the positive sign inside. Because once you open the bracket, beautiful. Once you open the bracket, you will get your negative sign again. So I have this to be 27x minus 81. Okay, everything equals to 0. Okay, good. Factor this out. 11x, you have x minus 3. Then let's take 27 out. You have x minus 3. All equals to 0. Okay. I know those of you have used calculator, and that is brilliant of you anyway. But in case you don't have calculator with you, then you learn how to do it manually. Okay. So you have this. It's not okay. Now it means both equals to 0. You have 11x minus 27, or rather, you have this equals to 0. And you also have x minus 3 equals to 0. So your answer is for x, for value x, for variable x, you have it to be 3 or 27 over 11. So from there, you have our x to be 3, or you have it to be 27 over 11. Of course, you can take it to this type of fraction because this is kind of improper. Okay. Now, remember that equation 3, we have it to be y equals to 10 minus 3x. Okay. Now, what you need to do is substitute the value of x into this equation so that you can get the value of y. Okay. Beautiful. So when x is 3, for x to be 3, your y will just be 10 minus 3 into 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9, that will give you 1. So we have y to be 1. For x to be 3, you have y to be 1. Okay. Now, the other point is for x to be 27 over 11. What will be the value of y? Same, according to this equation 3, then y will be 10 minus 3 into 27 over 11. Okay. All right. So doing that, some of you have done it already. You have to be 29 over 11. Okay, do it correctly. You have it to be 29 over 11 because it's just a fraction that you can do. I don't want to waste time on it. Okay, so any question before I move to the second example? Stop private chatting and concentrate. Okay. So we'll move to the second example, and from here I will give you what to do. I'll give you a classwork. Now, this is another, consider this, okay? It's another form of combination of linear equation and quadratic equation. How do you get the solution? How do you get the solution? You know, you can add the simultaneous linear equation and quadratic equation in series of forms. So not until you are exposed to all this. Okay, now this is another method. This is another point. Another question says you should solve for x and y, given that we have 3x plus 4y equals 11, and you're also giving x multiplied by y equals 2. X multiplied by y equals 2. Now, what do we do? This is equation 1. This is equation 2. Okay. Equation 1 and equation 2. Now, from equation 2, we can have that our x is equals to y over 2. Call this equation 3. Okay. From equation 2, we can divide both sides by y. I mean, divide both sides by y. So you have 2 over y. Thank you. When you divide both sides by y, you have 2 over y. Call that equation 3, and then substitute this into equation 1. Okay. Then for x, you have 3 into 2 over y. Okay. 3 into 2 over y plus 4y equals 11. Substitute 3 into 1. That is 3 into 1 will give you this. If you put equation 3 into equation 1, this equation 3 to 1 will give you this. And from there, you have 6 over y plus 4y equals 11. What do we do? Let us multiply through by y to make it linear. Okay. Multiply throughout using y. So we'll have y into 6 over y. This will turn to 4x squared, then 11y. Of course, this will now give you 6 plus 4y squared is equals to 11y. Okay. It's equals to 11y. So if you look at it, it's quadratic equation of just one variable, of a single variable, x, of rather y. So it's now easy for us to solve. Now, solving this or rearranging this, if you rearrange that equation, you will have 4y squared, okay, minus 11y plus 6 equals 0. Okay, equals 0. Now, so we have this. From here, we want to get the factors. Now, when you multiply 4 by 6, that will give you 24. 24. So you find two numbers of which their product will give you positive 24 and their addition, their sum, will give you negative 11. Okay, because we've done that, I'll just write the values. Now, we make use of let's make use of 8 and 3. Okay, 8 and 3, if you add it to give you 11, if you multiply them both to give you 24, and 4 on 6 will also give you 24. So this is the best factor for it. Okay, now the next thing to do is to group it and get your answer. And grouping this, you have something like this. Remember, once the negative sign is outside, this also will turn to negative. Such that if you expand it, you have it to be positive 6 again. Okay. Now the factor, the common factor in here, we have 4 and we have y. We have 4 and you have y. So 4y as a factor, you left with y minus 2. Okay. Then we can just take, I think, 3 out. So you are left with y and 2 all equals to 0. From there you have 4y minus 3. Then you have y minus 2 all equals to 0. Okay. 4y minus 3 equals to 0. Then y minus 2 equals to 0. Okay. Now we have our y. We want to get the value of x. Now for y to be, so from here you can have your y to be 2 and you can have y to be 3 over 4. Okay. You have y to be 2 and 3 over 4. You have y to be 2. You have y to be 2. Check again. Check again as is similar. We have y to be 2 and 3 over 4. So for y to be 2 in equation 3, for y to be 2 in equation 3, when x is equals to 2 over y, what do? We substitute for y to be 2 in this equation. So you are left with x equals to 2 over 2, and that will give you 1. So it means your x is equals to 1. When y is equals to 2, your x is 1. Beautiful. Miriam Sulaiman, that's beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Now, the second step is for y to be 3 over 4. What will be the value of x in equation x is equals to 2 over y? So instead of writing y, I will simply put 3 over 4. Okay, 3 over 4. And that will give you what? 8 over 3. Beautiful. So that will give you 8 over 3. So for y to be 3 over 4, you have x to be 8 over 3. Okay. So that is also beautiful. I can see some Alima Agoro. Are you just joining? You shouldn't join the class very late. You know it starts 9. Quam. Okay, y is equals to 2. Quam, that's beautiful. Yazim Yusuf. What is the matter? What is the matter? Okay, y 3 over 4. Beautiful. Quam, that's beautiful of you. All right, Adija, let me solve another question because this thing comes in series. Alima Gurus, type your request so I know what to do. Okay. Let me know. type in your request, then I'll know what to do. Now be fast with it so we can solve another question. I'll go type. Topic is simultaneous linear and quadratic equation. That's the topic. Okay. Alima Guru. Okay. All right. Okay, now look at the board. Let me use this. Sorry, let me use this to do the explanation. This is equation 1 given. There's another equation given to you, equation 2. Okay. Now I said, in this type of equation, especially when you have simultaneous linear equation, simultaneous linear and quadratic equation, you first check on this linear equation. This is very easy for you to make either of variable x or y, solid of the formula. But for this equation 2, it's very easy for us. From there, we make our x subject of the formula by dividing both sides by y. So you have it to be x equals 2 over y. Okay, so we call that equation 3. Now, the next thing to do is to substitute x equals 2 over y into equation 1. Okay, let me quickly do that here. Okay. Now, when you put x over 2 over y into equation 1, okay, into equation 1. So you have 3. Instead of writing x, you write 2 over y. 2 over y. Then you complete the equation equals to 11. Are you following? Equals to 11. Then the next thing is to linearize it. What do you do? First of all, open the bracket. If you open the bracket, 3 multiplied by 2 will give you 6. 6 over y, okay, plus 4y is equals to 11. Now, if you look at this, 6 over y is a fraction. It's a fraction. And for you to be able to solve it correctly, you have to linearize it. What do? You multiply through both sides by y. So multiply throughout by y, such that instead of writing 6 over y, it will have y multiplying 6 over y. Y multiplying 6 over y, it means you have y up here and you have y down here. It's very easy for them to cancel out. Okay. Then y multiplied by 4y, you have 4y squared. Y on 11, you have 11y. Okay. What do? You open the bracket, y will cancel out. You are left with 6. Okay. Plus 4y squared is equals to 11y. Okay. So the next thing for you is to rearrange it on this second side of the board, on this part of the board. When you rearrange this, you have 4y squared minus 11y plus 6 equals to 0. Okay. And from there, on this side, like I've taught you earlier or before now, this is, I don't want, okay. You multiply 4 by 6, that will give you 24. Okay. You then find two numbers of which their product will give you that 24. And their sum will give you negative 11. So we make use of 8 and 3. Minus 8 minus 3, adding together will give you minus 11. Minus 8 multiplied by minus 3 will give you positive 24. So this is the factor. And solving it out, you have y, you have up to this value, you have 4y minus 3 is equal to 0, then y minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so from there you get your answer. That's the way we solved it earlier. Okay, now another equation. Let me solve this. I will give you a class work because of the time. Okay. Now look at the board. We are given another equation. 9x squared minus y squared is equal to 45. And you also have 3x minus y to be equal to 3. 3x minus y to be equal to 3. Now, I want you to consider this side. Okay. Now, it is possible for me to rewrite this in this form. Okay. It's equals to 45. I have to divide the board because of the space. Okay. Now, if you remember the difference of two squares, that is what we have on the board. Now, you therefore split it into 2. Now, splitting this will be 3x squared minus y squared equals 45. Consider equation 1. Okay. Now, I can rewrite this as difference of two squared. Writing this, I will have 3x minus y and 3x plus y is equals to 45. You remember that if you expand this, you will get this. 3x and 3x, you have 3x squared. Okay. The next to cancel each other out. Then minus y on positive y, you have this square. Okay. So try to do the expansion. Try to do the expansion and you get your answer. Okay. Now, but I want to recollect that from equation 2, you have 3x minus y equals to 3. And you have 3x minus y here. So instead of rewriting 3x plus y, I will just put 3. Okay. From equation 2, 3x minus y equals to 3. So instead of writing 3x plus y again, I'll just write 3 into 3x plus y equals to 45. Okay? Okay. Then the next thing is to divide both sides by 3. When you divide both sides by 3, you will have you will have 3x plus y. Then 45 divided by 3 will give you 15. 3x plus y equals 15. Okay. 3x plus y equals 15. Okay. Now, I will write that out. 3x plus y equals 15. I can call this a certain equation, or let me call it m. Okay, let me call it m. Now, it's of same form as we have equation 2. Okay, I can therefore put equation 2 below it. Minus y equals 3. This is equation 2. Okay, now what do? We can eliminate. Okay, beautiful. Abiba, Daudu, beautiful. Latif. Now, it's very easy for us to eliminate y. This is negative, positive, and their coefficient is just 1. So eliminating y, it means we will have to add the sum of the equation. So summing the equation, this will give us 6x. And this will cancel out. 15 on 3 will give us 18. 18. Good. Okay? We therefore divide both sides by 6. We have our x to be what? To be 3. Okay? We have our x to be 3. The next thing is to substitute for x to be 3 into equation. Let's make use of equation 2. Okay. Now, we put x to be 3 into equation 2. Okay. Now, from equation 2, you have that 3x minus 3 is equals to y. Or if I write it, I will have y is equals to 3x minus 3. Okay. Y is equal to 3x minus 3. So when x is 3, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 3 will give you y to be equals to 6. Okay. So you have y to be equals to 6. Okay. So y equals to 6. Anyway, I can see some of you tried it and you're brilliant. Raymond Salaudin, you are brilliant of you. Okay. Miriam Sulaimon, that's also brilliant of you. Okay, beautiful. Okay, Kauta, look at the board again. Look at the first equation. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. Look at the board. For those who do not understand, look at the board again. Now, from here, I said we can rewrite this very equation in this form. Because 3 raised to the power 3 will give us 9. Okay, we can write in this form, and we have our 45. Okay, the next thing to do is to make sure that 3 and x, they are of same power. Because of same power here, we bracket both to make it a sum. 3x to power 2, then we have this. Now, looking at this, so it's difference of 2 square. You expand it into positive and negative equal to 45. But from equation 1, we know that 3x minus y is equal to 3. So instead of rewriting 3, instead of writing this, you have 3. Okay? Therefore, divide both sides by 3 to give you this. Okay? Then from here, you have this. You have this to bring down equation 2. You do the elimination method, you divide, you get x. So look for x into equation, any of the equation, then you get your y. Okay. Now, just take this and submit to me. Right about now, I will give you, do this as a classwork. Write this down as your classwork. Okay? Put it down as your classwork. I know, I'll check on it now. Put as classwork as well as this. I know why the keypad is just jumping. Okay. Okay. Put it as your classwork. Put it as classwork. Fatima. Type in your request. Let me see what's going on. Now, have you written down the classwork? Efosa, look at the classwork. You have 4x squared minus 9x squared. That 4, you turn it to 2 squared. And the 9, you turn it to 3 squared. Okay? So in such a way, you now have it to be different. I mean, it's difference of 2 squared, 2x plus 3y, then open bracket 2x minus 3y is equals to 19. That's the way you do it. Okay, so this is the second. Have you written this? Good. Now write it down too and submit to the email given. Okay. Kauta, I hope you understand now. Okay, so thank you. You're not. Oh, okay. Don't worry. I will send mail to you. I'll send mail to you. Okay, just copy down the assignment given. I'll send mail to you. Then from there you understand. Okay. All right. Thank you. That will be the end of the class. See you next lesson.